Every Monday during the sacred month of Sawan, millions of devotees across India and around the world wake up before sunrise. They visit Shiva temples, perform Abhishekam, and observe the sacred Somvar Vrat. But why is Monday so closely connected to Lord Shiva? Why is the Somvar Vrat especially observed during Sawan? And what is the deeper meaning behind this beautiful tradition? Welcome back to Sawan Diaries. Before we understand the Somvar Vrat, let's first understand why Sawan holds such a special place in the hearts of Lord Shiva's devotees. Across our sacred scriptures and traditions, Sawan has long been regarded as one of the most sacred months for the worship of Lord Shiva. It is a month dedicated to prayer, devotion, simplicity, and spiritual reflection. During this sacred month, millions of devotees choose to deepen their connection with Mahadev. Throughout this series, we'll continue exploring the many beautiful stories and traditions that explain why Sawan became so closely associated with Lord Shiva. The word Somvar simply means Monday. In Sanskrit, Som refers to the moon, while Var means the day. Together, Somvar means the day of the moon. Lord Shiva is often depicted wearing the crescent moon upon his mated hair. Because of this, Monday has long been regarded as especially sacred to Mahadev. The moon constantly changes, it waxes and wanes, just like our lives. We experience joy, sorrow, success, and disappointment. Yet Lord Shiva remains calm, steady, and beyond all change. He reminds us to remain centered through every season of life. Later in this series, we'll return to the beautiful story of Chandra Dev and discover how the moon came to rest upon Lord Shiva's head. If you observe Sawan according to the North Indian tradition, the 4 Sawan Somvar Vrats this year fall on August 3rd, August 10th, August 17th, and August 24th. But perhaps you have noticed not everyone celebrates Sawan on the same dates. Why does Sawan begin earlier in northern India and later in many other parts of India? That's one of the most fascinating questions about this sacred month, and we'll discover the answer together in a future episode of Sawan Diaries. The Sanskrit word Vrat means a sacred vow or a spiritual observance. A Vrat is much more than simply avoiding food. It is a decision to bring our thoughts, our actions, and our hearts closer to God. It reminds us that true devotion requires discipline, sincerity, and faith. It is also important to remember that observing the Somvar Vrat is a personal choice. Families and traditions may observe it in different ways. Some devotees choose to observe a Nirjala Vrat, refraining from both food and water. Others observe a Phalahar Vrat, taking only fruits, milk, and water. And many choose to observe the Vrat by eating one simple Sattvik vegetarian meal after the evening prayers. Every family and every tradition may observe the Vrat a little differently. What remains the same is the spirit of devotion, humility, and remembrance of Lord Shiva. Another beautiful tradition observed by many devotees began during the sacred month of Sawan. Many people choose to begin the Solah Somvar Vrat, also known as the 16 Monday Vrat, during Sawan and continue observing it for 16 consecutive Mondays. This sacred observance is performed with faith, patience, and devotion. It reminds us that spiritual growth is not achieved in a single day, but through consistency, perseverance, and unwavering faith. Over the centuries, another beautiful tradition also became associated with the Somvar Vrat. In many families, unmarried women observe this sacred Vrat by praying for a virtuous, loving, and devoted life partner. They are inspired by the example of Goddess Parvati, whose unwavering devotion to Lord Shiva is remembered throughout the sacred month of Sawan. Many married women also observe the Somvar Vrat, praying for the health, happiness, and well-being of their husbands and families. Above all, the Somvar Vrat is an expression of love, faith, and devotion. Sometimes people think fasting is simply about giving up food, but the Somvar Vrat teaches us something much deeper. Hunger reminds us that we are capable of mastering our desires. Prayer reminds us to turn our hearts towards the divine. Humility reminds us that every blessing comes from God. And devotion reminds us that true strength comes not from ourselves, but from Lord Shiva. Because ultimately, the greatest offering we can make is not what we place upon the shivling, but the devotion we carry within our hearts. Whether someone observes a Nirjala Vrat, a Phalahar Vrat, or simply offers one humble Sattvik meal, every sincere act performed with faith becomes an offering of the heart. The true purpose of the Somvar Vrat is not to test how much we can endure. It is an opportunity to slow down, quiet the mind, strengthen our faith, and draw closer to Lord Shiva. Because in the end, devotion is measured not by what we can give up, but by the sincerity with which we worship. Perhaps that's the greatest lesson of the Somvar Vrat. Not perfection, but devotion. Before we end, you may remember that earlier in this series, I mentioned the story of Chandra Dev, the moon god, and how he became forever connected with Lord Shiva. We will return to that beautiful story very soon, but first in our next episode, we'll explore another cherished tradition of the sacred month of Sawan, the Mangal Gauri Vrat. Why is Tuesday dedicated to Goddess Parvati? Who observes this sacred Vrat, and what does it teach us about faith, devotion, and the Divine Mother? Join me in the next episode of Sawan Diaries. Until then, Har Har Mahadev.